Hey everyone and welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at the brand new Netflix original, Stowaway. Science fiction is a genre filled with endless possibilities. Everything from Star Wars to The Matrix is encompassed within that bubble. And so a film like Stowaway, which is intended to be a grounded and slow emotional drama, might seem at first like a dull entry into the genre, but it is anything but. Stowaway follows 3 astronauts as they go on a trip to Mars to test the survivability of certain plant lives on the surface of the planet. However, all of that gets derailed once they discover a stowaway on board. Without enough oxygen for all 4 to make it to Mars safely, they are left with a difficult moral decision. Who lives? Who dies? Who tells your story? A poor script here would have derailed the entire project, but luckily that's not the case here. Every character is well written and defined, and the script keeps things flowing even when limited by the 4 walls of the spaceship. The score is subtle and haunting, but knows when to go hard when it needs to during some of the grander moments in the latter half of the film, and the final track, which plays during the film's closing moments, is poignant and reflective just like it should be. The film itself looks great. The set design on the effectively 4-room spaceship feels authentic and keeps the audience trapped within the movie just as much as the characters are. And when we do get to see the green screened in reaches of space, they look great as well. Nothing here takes you out of the movie, and I think a big shout needs to go to everyone involved behind the camera for making the story feel so authentic. In fact, YouTuber and science communicator Scott Manley was a consultant for the film, helping it to feel as authentic and true to life as possible. And for all those who watch him, make sure to listen out for a quick little cameo he makes during the film as well. Of course, none of this would mean anything if it wasn't for the 4 incredibly strong performances by our characters. Toni, Collette and Daniel Day Kim put in great performances as the ship's commander and biologist respectively, but it's Anna Kendrick's medical researcher who carries the majority of the film. She gets a little bit more time than the rest of the characters, and it's easily one of her best performances of her entire career. It's always impressive to me to see her bounce so easily between lighter roles like Pitch Perfect and Twilight to heavier character-driven work like this film. However, it's Shamier Anderson's titular Stowaway who really carries the movie. His character is the center of the narrative, but it's his, in my opinion, Oscar-worthy performance as a man who suddenly finds himself in this incredibly difficult situation that really elevates the film to a whole other level. The moment he finds out that for everyone else to live he has to die is a long one take of his reaction to the news. It feels so genuine that it evoked real emotion in me, and he does a beautiful job in that scene and throughout the feature. Late on in the film, we get to see the spacewalk that was so heavily advertised in the trailers. It's an incredibly tense sequence, and after having spent the entire movie bonding with these characters, I found myself terrified that one of them was going to die in that situation. The fact that Stowaway is able to build that strong of a bond between the audience and those people within such a short time is a credit to the talent of everyone involved. And of course, a lot of that credit goes to director Joe Pena's clear vision for the direction of the film. He also previously made Arctic, yet another movie set in an isolated environment. And in what is an even bigger twist, I found out while researching this that he is Mystery Guitar Man. I don't know if anyone else remembers him, but he was one of the first big YouTubers here on the platform. Not only did that get me personally nostalgic, but it made me even more impressed by how Stowaway turned out. Stowaway is a slow and tense ride as we bond with the characters during this harrowing moral dilemma. It concludes with a beautiful sequence that will leave a lasting impact and ensure that you remember the film long after the credits roll. I highly recommend giving Stowaway a look, especially if you are a fan of science fiction. But even if not, the film is still at its heart a character-driven piece. Despite some slight pacing issues, the film kept me captivated throughout its entire run, and I highly recommend you go check it out.